Welcome to PartArt for Ocean and Water Conversations, where art meets ocean and water, where creativity meets sustainability, and where communities are reimagining our relationship with water. I am Carolina Dopico, and in this series, we are diving deep into the stories behind the participatory art initiatives that are transforming how we think about, feel about, and act for our oceans and waters. Each episode, we sit down with the teams behind these incredible initiatives. We will explore their creative processes, the challenges they have faced, the communities they are working with, and the impact they are making. So today, I am excited to introduce you to Kyiv Whale Ecohub, a project proving that even far from the sea, the ocean connects us all. From Kyiv, Ukraine, this team has been creating something extraordinary in extraordinary circumstances. They are bringing ocean awareness to a landlocked city, building community through art, and showing that caring for water, whether it's a river, a lake, or an ocean thousands of kilometers away, is something universal. Their documentary captures not just the environmental message, but the resilience, creativity, and hope of communities coming together around a shared cause, even when the world feels uncertain. Today we speak with Sveta Kourshinova and Valeriy Kourshinov about bringing the ocean inland, art as resilience, and why sometimes the most powerful environmental action happens far from the coastline. Today, we are joined by Sveta Kourshinova and Valeriy Kourshinov, the team behind Kyiv Whale Ecohub, a participatory art and citizen science initiative, transforming an iconic public artwork into a space for water literacy, environmental education, and collective action. To start, could you briefly introduce yourselves and tell us what Kyiv Whale Ecohub is all about?
Hello, nice to hear you, and thank you very much to invite us to this podcast. And we just want to thank that for this beautiful program that can support the so interesting initiatives. Kyiv Whale Ecohub is a participatory art, citizen science, and environmental educational initiative that builds on the legacy of the Kyiv whale, a large media sculpture created entirely from the recycled plastic collected by over the 5,000 people across Ukraine, almost the children's. That collective plastics, and then from this plastic we make a really fancy and nice sculpture that is 13 meters and it's not as a simple plastic sculpture, it's a media art sculpture that contains sensor and shows by the lightning air pollution. Before this project, with Kyiv Whale Ecohub, with this project, we transform the area around the Kyiv Whale to the water story lab, or the space where people share experience and gathering children's artists and scientists to talk about water literacy. Because at now it's a really important thing that very important for all citizens in Kyiv, because the quality of water became worse during a lot of conditions with the war. And we need to talk about a lot and to explore how they can help ecosystem, how they can clean environment, how they can do something and be not just visitors, to be participants in their life and caring the environment.
I think it's really nice to hear how this project is benefiting so much a community in such hard times. So I'm really this project to me is very special because of that, obviously. Thank you. So Kyiv whale sculpture itself is really powerful. No? Can you tell us a bit more about its origins and why it became such an important symbol?
Kyiv Whale, the project was started in 2020 when I was the head of the volunteer headquarters at the big Chernobyl fires that year. And there is a lot of attention of the public about these fires also. And eventually on the news, we see that on this some kind of rating of air pollution, the Kyiv was going to the first place. And everybody was panic about it, like, oh, is it Chernobyl? Maybe it's radiation contamination. We have a lot of faiths about it, and a lot of panics every time. So every news about Chernobyl is a little bit, this with this panic overlay. So after everything ends, I was trying to decide and understand why the Kyiv was on the first place on the air pollution in the world, because it's not usual for the Kyiv, it's not so bad situation. And we try to decide, and we find that nobody know about this mobile application and the data they collect and they show, and why the Kyiv in the first place, and like that. And we decide to make it more clean for the people, for the Kyiv settlers. And we start to develop this project and focus on the air pollution, and try to present people some kind of the symbol that will show the nature. And for me, as for artists, the Kyiv or the whale is a common symbol of the nature. For me, it's the biggest mammal, and for me, it's like, I every time present like the universe and the big whale, the full of stars, something like that. So something huge, something, like a calm. And the Kyiv, we have only river, and there is no whales, on the Kyiv. And we decided, like, okay, it will be the first whale on the Kyiv, it's because and everybody can connect to it. And also, when we start this project, in the few months, we have information from the from the scientists that's many thousand, not like 1,000, millions of years before the Kyiv was on the on the bottom of the ocean and everything else. And we have like not like a whale, but the ancestor of the whale, some kind of the something like that. And we said, okay, maybe we have like a good connection to that. And for the people, for the audience, it was also so clean message, so everybody understand the whale, it's about the nature, and yes, we have a lot of the questions from the media about why you choose whale, but we use it mostly for the okay, why whale, I will tell you. Yes, and after that we tell about the whole project. So it's also worked really well. When we finish the project, we finish the sculpture. Also, we have a big attention from the media, and nobody asking why the whale. So everybody, there was the audience was accept the symbol so well. Even for now, as Sveta say, the territory around the sculpture was renovated, and everything also like the biggest pavilion on the expo center when the sculpture located, now named Whale. The second pavilion near, it's called More. More is like mean on the English more, because it was dedicated to the the education, something like that. But more on Ukrainian, it's literally mean more. More, it's the sea, So, and everything else. So they was also renovate the big a fontaine from the from the Soviet time, like a 70 years old fontaine, something like that. So nice. We see, it's like a European Bauhaus. So the kind of the art is start to transform everything around. So, and
Around
we're so
it.
happy about it. Yes. Even during the war, so they was starting the pavilion with a lot of the good events the last year. Transformed the fontaine like 2 years before. So like year by year, and we see how it's transformed the environment, and it's also so powerful,
So it's becoming like a national symbol, isn't it? And also it's helping so much to, to renew the whole thing. Sorry, Sveta, yes.
And also it's very important thing that the children who collect this plastic for this Kyiv whale, they understand, and we say it for them that they make this Kyiv whale. It's not only one author, it's a lot of citizens, a lot of Kyiv citizens make this whale for something good. And also it's very important when some families go around, they go, oh, what is the sculpture? Oh, it's not a simple sculpture. It's a lot of people make it for pay attention, for ecology, for important problems. And it's really important that this project have a lot of media communication. It was it was the first project supported by the Ukrainian Culture Foundation. It was the first program, Culture Plus, that unite some culture projects with social topics. And it was first culture and ecology project that was with a very big success and a lot of media communication and different people from even not from Kyiv who came for Kyiv to visit for several days. I think, oh, it will be good to see the whale. And now with the help of this grant, we renovate the whale because it was some problem with electricity in Ukraine during the blackouts. It's a lot of electricity inside, and we need to renovate it. It's after the years of this sculpture. Some renovate and make not only the lighting when it's show the pollution of the air or of the water. We want to make something good for people, and now we make audio-visual program, not only the visual and with audio. We recording the voices of the rivers or sounds of the Kyiv rivers and make the same ambient soundtrack with them. And now we think that when it will be more warmer and it will be stabilized and there is electricity every day, the Kyiv Whale will show this media art audiovisual program with music and some lighting, and we hope it will be a good tradition for people together in near the whale of the sunset and to see this simple but very beautiful program under the whale.
Yeah, and also a reminder of the connection between the rivers and the sea. I think it is really, really nice to have a whale next to the river and to work in the river and so on, and to have both there, reminding us that the river is just, an elongation of the sea, or the other way around. I mean, the seas are fed by the rivers, so it is a beautiful project in all aspects. So this focuses on water, on the river, as we have been talking. Why was it important for you to shift the attention specifically to water and freshwater ecosystems, in this case, the river, obviously?
If you know now, during the war, the situation in Ukraine with ecology is nearly the critical situation. We didn't say that's catastrophe, but it's nearly to it. And now a lot of the pollution from bomb or from destroying the industrial systems, that's the making pollution of the water. And the water is the main thing, and a lot of people, all people in Ukraine connecting the water, and we drink water, and people collect water not only in the houses, they have a lot of source of
Public
the
water.
water outside the houses that connect the deep underwater, and this water every time we think that it's a really good quality because it's really deep inside the ground, but for now we understand even these deep waters are having pollution. And also very important that water always clean. It's transparent, and you think, oh, it's maybe normal always. And when even the laboratory says, oh, it's okay, it's now okay for people. But we need to understand that in the wartime situation, we need to understand that when not all institutions work correctly, when we have a lot of control of ecological systems, and we know that a lot of industry, manufacturing, they have in blackout, they stop their systems, and we didn't know what effect it make on water, because water connect everything. And from the ground, it all go to the water. And now we make an attention for people. Okay, we need to control the situation by citizens, by to unite to leader group and test what water you drink, what water you will try to swim when it will be warm, because we have a lot of problems with the Black Sea, because we connect with the Black Sea. We have a lot of problems after the destruction of Kakhovska Dam. Now we have a lot of messages from the scientists what pollution we have, with more than 30,000 tons of hard metal inside the down of the river in the Ill, and a lot of problems with oils and different. But the science messages didn't catch all citizens, because all citizens have own problems. During the war, they didn't think about, oh, what about ecology? No, we have a problem with electricity, with heating, with everything. It's a war. What about? But we start to talk that the war is for our land, and we need to keep our land in clean for ourselves, because all we connect with water. What water we drink every day, it's very important for our health, for our mental, for everything. It's connect all of us. And that's why even in this, of course, in this not simple situation, this difficult situation, we need to control by ourselves what we drink, what we eat, when we understand that not all systems are work correctly.
Yes, I also want to say about the Kyiv, because Kyiv are based on the Dnipro River, and Dnipro River is connected. It's going through the old Ukraine, and its end on the Black Sea, and it's also connect, to the Pripyat River, and it's really big basin, like half of the Ukraine. Strictly connected to the Dnipro, and also contamination, not contamination, but like a polluted water after the Kyiv is streamed down, 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 down. And we also have a big city in the middle of the Ukraine, and some of them is like industrial city. They have mines and everything else. And in the end, before the Black Sea, we have like a South Kherson region, and on Kherson it was produced like mostly like the biggest part of the fruits, and vegetables and everything else. So this water was going to the for feed, these vegetables, yes, and we eat it. So it's still connection, and we show it to the kids because mostly the kids, it's interesting every time work with them because every time you're speaking with them and they are open, this information. Like, I didn't know. Yes, because sometimes it's even for the small kids, even sometimes for the biggest one, you show them that okay, it's like a rain on the Kyiv. It's going to the to the some kind of the park, to the streets, wash everything, and from the it's going deeper to the and yeah, yes, we clean it, yes, but anyway, it's going to the river, They don't see this connection, from the rain, yes, until the like vegetables sometimes some like that. Yes, and the water is also contains like a microplastic, a lot of the different types of pollution, and we need to show it. Yes, we need to show something then can be shown on the other way. So also the sculpture is like we used also like a monitor of the quality of the water. So it's like if it's blinking by red, everybody understands that something happened, something like that. So it's like it's simple, describe of the methodology.
It's great, and it's great to understand how water and air, both of them, are environmental elements that are directly linked to our health, because
Yes.
we breathe the air and we drink the water, and also our fruit and vegetables are fed with that water, and also not even the drinking water, but also the water that goes to the sewage, it goes to the fish, and we eat those fish. So it's directly connected to our health. So it is really, really important that we start making children also see that, and everyone in general. So sorry, Sveta, yes, say.
Yes, I want to say also about that we have a lot of connection with the Chernobyl disaster because it's a biggest catastrophe of the human-made catastrophe from our past, and it's the one part of the history of Ukraine that built us. We also, when Valeriy says, when the Kyiv Whale begins, it's from the panic from Chernobyl, and the people is just wants to think that, oh, if we have pollution from Chernobyl, it can be radiation, and it was very important for us to show them, no, you didn't need to be afraid radiation. You need to be some more known about what other pollution you can have, because that's why we come and deeply connect with Chernobyl biospheric scientists. They help us to show for people how they test the water inside the Chernobyl, how they control that there's no high levels of radiation, that we have no problem with the radiation, but we have some problem with plastic pollution, we have problem with oil pollution, with the hard metals, and also is nitrates, yes, that we have when we work with agriculture, it's a lot of. And now when we have the period when the snow will be go on, it's a lot of very important things, and we need to be really with big attention of quality of water.
Yes, the big problem that Ukraine is not on the European Union, and our laws, about the nitrates, it's different.
And stuck in past. Just
Yes, and yes,
everything is changing every time.
yes, and everybody like like a pray for we will change it, in the next time, because it's really necessary. Yes, because it's mostly based on the Soviet Union, documents, and like the autocrats regimes, they don't think about the ecology. They think about everything like that. And we also like want to have a good shift, from this kind of mindset on the law system, to the European Union, because it's more clean, more focused on the environment.
Let's move on a little bit about the project itself and the combination of participation of art and science in the project. How do these two approaches work together in practice?
The previous project was we was clean the parks and nature. And after that, collecting the trash, analyze it, and
when we collected the trash, we have a lot of educational
yes, we have education.
lessons.
But for now, we mostly focused on the water. We also involve the people to analyze the water on the home, analyze water on the schools. We also send them some kind of the small test pack, something like that, so they can test.
Kids.
Yeah, so on the lessons, they also have lessons about Kyiv Whale, about the whole projects. It's like the not on the main program of the education, it's like the after education, like that. And they have a possibility to test the water and to show how you can test it, how you analyze it. Mostly, we focus to the make attention for the kids and taking them knowledge, but also they test it, and after that they send us the data, and we build the map. It's accessible on our website, and also with our partners from Safe Ecobot. It's some kind of not like a startup. I don't know. Maybe it's already firm, but anyway. So many years ago, they produced some kind of the sensors for the monitor. The everything like the water, air, and the new one was about the radiation. And you can buy it, and you can test it in the home, and you can connect it to the whole system. And it's super good because it's like it's independent monitoring system, because from the Soviet time it was also not really well developed. And when as I told before, when I try to find the sensors that show that the Kyiv on the first place on the earth on the air pollution, we understand we have not a lot of the monitor systems, not a lot of the sensors, even on the, and they have not like open data, because if the some kind of the ecological monitoring of the Ministry of Ecology, it mostly closed data. They try to analyze it, and like that. And for the many years, we fighting for make this data open for everybody, because it's necessary to understand, okay, what kind of the environmental situation right now. And this project, they do it like for the last 5 years, they grow a lot, because it was a good time when even the company and firms is like a donation, like support. They buy it and start to monitor even on the office and like that. So they have like a super huge like a basis for the sensors. And also on our events, we also collect the trash and the plastic. We also analyze it, because for the first time on the project, we not focus on this too much, because we mostly want to pay attention. And for this project, for now, we really involved the scientists, this open science moment, because we want to show that you as a kid, you not only be the like an object, object of the life. You can be the subject. You can do something. You can act.
May I add, yes, that in our project, we use our technologies that we use sometimes before in our other projects. We have some kind of art accelerator. What it's mean? When we gather together artists, scientists, media people, and also the children's, and also the teachers of the children, because they provide all the news. And we have a lot of lessons together. Sometimes we have scientists who introduce their work, who introduce the situation, who introduce and explain for artists and explain for children and explain for scientists what happened. And it's need to be clear that it's need to be understandable even for kids. And when you understandable even for kids, for everyone is clear. And we have some projects when we talk like this with scientists, and another hour meeting is with artists. And artist says, why we need to use art now for show some data for people, for audience, what happened with now? Because now we live in not in a simple moment, because we have overload of information, every one of us. We have a lot of information every day. We have a lot of our questions. We have a lot of our problems, and we have even time to think, oh, what about water, how it works, what about pollution? That's why we need some things to start to make it visible. How water is tested, who is doing it. A lot of people even never think how we are receive this data, how, when, from what, and why it's so important for us. And for next time, we need to understand what about art. Art, it's not entertainment. It's not only about fun. Explain something more for people from the emotions, yes, from emotion part. And it's very important to connect, as we know, scientists and artists, because scientists think, oh, we make so serious projects. What about art? We didn't need art. But now scientists understand that they need to be connected, and the science need to be popularized for people, for be understandable, for be supported, that work that they do have an impact for citizens. And that's why we need to connect a lot of people through art. And for us, it's very important. A lot of, we make an really impressive media art with wow effect. And we started work from, wow, what is it? In this moment, you have connection for people. Okay, I'm saying why we do this, but you need this space in the mind of people when they ask, what about it? And they want to understand something. Also, in our project is very important. We didn't work with a lot of propaganda, saying we have really sensitive psychological and mental situation in our society, and we can make another one articles. Oh, we have ecocide. Oh, it's so bad situation. Oh, we in the crisis. The people is not in a good condition to have these messages. We need to be really soft and kind to each other. And that's why in our project, we talk, okay, guys, we need to talk about what we have now. We have a lot of problems. Let's talk about what we have now, but let's talk it in different way. And in our project, after these big art accelerators and elections, we have participant art. While we're gathering people in a very safe and kind space, cozy space where they have a good connection to each other and can do something by their hands, and to listen from about recycling, about cleaning, about new materials, about ecological systems that we have, and have some show of cinema or something like this. We make this safe space where they can connect and to talk and to think about inside the situation from doing something. And it's very important because they not just listen about, they do something, understand what other people think about it, and they can explain for other people what they feel, or what they know, and why they need to change something.
I can see that you both live it really with your heart, and you can say so many beautiful things about the project. I mean, in terms of, I mean, you have said already quite a lot of the answers that I was going to question you about. So one thing that is more like from a part art for ocean and water, point of view, which is myself, I'm part of the project as you were, but yes, the accelerator. Okay, let's think about the accelerator program. What difficulties did you find before and during?
It was not difficult because we already have experience on the Creative Europe program or Horizon program, so we understand how it's work. But anyway, every time it's a little bit different, and you have like a new moments. And we are we have an NGO. It's called the European Institute of Chernobyl, and it was started. Yes, it's like a flashback. So many years ago, in 2028 or in 2018, we do the first project on Chernobyl, and it was the art project. And after that, we do another one project and another one project. But also we see that there is a lot of the problems, with the Chernobyl. And after the catastrophe, not a lot of the NGO who work with this topic. So everybody thinks like, okay, maybe like a lot of the NGO and a lot of the people involved. I think it was involved like in the first 10 years. And after that, it's going. Because when we do the project for Chernobyl, we try to find the support, and we have a lot of the meeting with the different types of the stakeholders, and everybody say me, Valeriy, Chernobyl, it's old topic, forget about it. Maybe all liquidators already died, and it's not interesting, like forget about it. And eventually, in the 5 years, we was, and we still, the most active NGO, on this topic. We have different types of the directions, also about the ecology, about education, culture, and, but also we have a connection to the liquidators. We for the social programs, we sometimes pay for the operations, on the health issues of the people and blah blah blah. So the this straight connection to the NGO, it's quite important for us, because also we sometimes we act as artists or as curators, or we have a firm, we do like the creative projects like that. But this component of the NGO, it's help us to do some kind of the really important and meaningful projects. And we participate in different types of the programs, and every time, every project designed on different way. And we try to learn from every project, because mostly it's very smart people, join together and design it and do it on the different way. But every time we learn, from this house design, and the think, oh, it's nice. Maybe we will use this on our project, this is like a impact or monitoring, mostly about, about monitoring and impact, because it's quite important, and we're like, okay, maybe we use this tool, maybe we use this mechanics, maybe we'll use, yes, it's quite fit for us. And also we shift our mindset from the people who participate on the project, but to the people who organize the project. Because from the other way, sometimes it's everything like a super clear, like when you designed it for the people, but when you from the bottom, it's like you think it's like, it's not, everything clear. But when you start to do something, like for the next step, you understand, oh, maybe it's even better, because now I do this and I don't need to care about the something or the other, parts. So sometimes, so it's not like a problems with everything, but sometimes it's just, I think you just need to start, just need to start to do what the project asks you. And on the next step, you understand, okay, it's nice. It's nice. It's well designed. It's better to do this one.
Especially for me, it was very interesting lections that we have in every topic, and it's really for me, I have insights, because when you work with a different project and you organize them, every time you think, "Oh, I'm already know everything," okay? But every time like in this accelerator, you have, really was several insights for me in communication campaign, in impact. This was really important, and it's not only for this project, it's for our future project. It's became to change design of our project in some part, and we concentrate about this impact things we need to do, and to think a lot about impact and design our project for beginning with understanding, okay, what will be in the end? How will we measure the impact? The main things. What will be the impact? Yes, if an impact can be different. And this conversation is very important for everyone, because we all understand everything. But when we start to discuss, when we start to explain to each other what we are meaning, you have a deeper connection. You have a new things about it. You have a new ideas what we can do, because now we have a lot of new instrument. We have AI who can help us with this. A lot of forums that we have, and a lot of connections. In this time, we work a lot with, it was really helpful for us, if we talk about impact, to have different forms for children's and for adults. Yes, every time we go, oh, no, it's the simple questions that children can respond to on it. But now that we have different these forms, it's really good for us, workable, because for children, it's even more interesting to have this conversation. Thank you a lot with this. Also for me was a really good insight about communication, that we need to, in every marketing or in every project, we need to communicate clearly to our audience. And in this time, we think about how we can how we can communicate not with our audience, how we can be accessible for people who didn't want to hear anything about eco. For me, it was very important. We didn't think about it, because we understand that we have this part. Yes, we always work with a wide audience, but yes, we can structure our communication in other way to have a lot impact from them. Yes, to contact with them. We contact with them with health. Yes, with health, with about awareness of something different things, not about ecology. We talk about themselves protection or something like this. But we start to think about it, and it was really very helpful for us, because in the situations that we have in Ukraine, nobody want to think about ecology. It's not this time, but we start to think how we can catch them, what important for them now, or how we need to be connected for the people. And it's these programs, it's all time very important when you have some of these accelerators, because yes, everyone know everything, but if we talk one more time about questions that were really important for us, and we have discussion, and we have different methods and types of communication everywhere, it's really important to share this experience that already we have, to have more interesting things in our project and designed it.
Yes, and also we have like a separate chat, for the accelerator. And during the accelerator, yeah, I can show you. We make a print screen, and send to the chat. It's like, we need to remember this, we need to remember this. And mostly in the beginning, it was like the whole presentation. But after that, we're asking like, okay, we will have access for presentation. But anyway, we send some important for us moments. I think that the program with the lectures was really fit for us, and it was really interesting.
I mean, it's great to hear that two of the major things that you benefited out of this accelerator is how to understand impact, how to make the impact to actually happen and be there for a long time, and also that the communication, approaching communication from what the stakeholders, what the audience wants to listen to. As you say, I mean, in general, but especially in your country, in this situation, people are thinking mostly about the safety and the health, and obviously money as well, obviously, because it's linked to health and safety and so on. So yes, environment, although it is important, but it's better, as you say, to approach it from another angle instead of directly from it, because it seems like
Yes.
not important at this moment. But also we have to think probably about how this impact can be extended in time, taking the results from your project farther, exploiting them, making them sustainable in time. So this is something that probably now that you are wrapping up your project, you are doing your final report and so on, we want to also try and, see with you how we are going to go farther along the way, So this is great. And in terms of policy, how do you think that this project connects to policy in the longer term in a way of systemic change?
So it's we work on the different level. One level, it's when we work with the kids, it's like a schools, and the second level, we work with the government and with the local authorities. So we have researchers in the project, and we decide like, okay, so the methodology of the project, it's involvement of the people, involvement of the kids to the art accelerator. We also do the a communication program, different types of the event, involve them. They, with the artists and scientists, produced the different types of the uh, art projects, art exhibits, and we also provide the small exhibition in the schools. They have like a separate lessons about the topic of the water literacy, and they produce, these small art pieces and everything else, and we will also connect the school, uh, the parents, so the families of these kids. We also use these kids like providers of this information to the whole families.
New
So,
habits.
and yes, yes, in the team we have Olga Duder from the University of the Grinchen, but they develop this methodology for the education. So they work with the modernization of the education and mostly focused on the education in the schools. So they do methodology.
After school
Yes,
classes,
Oh, yes.
yes, it's on the school, but after the school, they have like different types of the activities, and they focus on this methodology. They focus on the new methodology for these extra classes. So they work with us, and they will finish this methodology, and it will be spread to the schools. We have like 10 schools who participate in our exhibition, but mostly we have like a 15 schools who was registered to the participate. And from the previous project, we have more than 500 of the schools who was participate on our projects. So we will spread it, and mostly we think for the next our projects we will use this methodology as a basis for everything else. But the teachers who participate already, they know and understand how it works, so they are our
Can I can I
first teachers who participate.
can I add also?
Yeah.
The Kyiv whale is just like not just like a symbol. It's like the point of gathering And in our project, we unite a lot of different initiatives who have different ecologist initiatives in Ukraine. Some of them work like Safe EcoBot and promote them things. Another one, the biggest eco organization, Let's Do It Ukraine, who make the cleanups of the rivers, cleanups of the parks and everything. Another one is the scientists of radiologists from Chernobyl Reserve. And these different types of scientists, eco-activists, eco-initiatives, we involve them into the project and make for them possibility to have a voice and to communicate not only with the children's or artists or scientists, are also we make for them like a media media possibility to talk about the a lot of things. When we make our media coverage and we present our Kyiv Whale, we welcome them like speakers, and they all talk about what important for them organization now. Some talk about the nitrate and make politics with this. Some about the needed of cleaning and back the eco control of the big factories even during the war, and a lot of the things that we talk about general about ecologies, but every speaker of this initiative talk about the one main message that they have for a wide audience, and it was really important. It's help us to gather all the voices and to light them and to make them louder. And also, it's very important that Valeriy start to talk. We work with the Ministry of Ecology and Agriculture in Ukraine, and we make even small policy for people. I will share with you later. Maybe we make like a simple document with infographic. What you need to do with water now. Please check the water you drink. Check the water you want to swim. How to prepare it if will be not clean water in 72 hours. How many water you need? These simple things that will spread all over the Ukraine in the situation if will be some difficult situation with water. And we try to support people, not just afraid that something can be. What you need to be prepared if something
Solutions with solutions. Exactly.
Also, we make some Valeriy, how I can say concourse or
Contest.
something? Contest. We have some
Contest. Okay.
Contest for children in social media. We make like my place for the Kyiv Whale. What I will do that I will doesn't use recycled plastic and something like this. And people, we plan that it will be under the whale, but now we make it online in social media, and childrens are just make a repost with this image that I promise that I will be not use plastic a lot, that I have my own bag when I go to the shop, that I will be not, will help rivers to be clean. And among all of this, maybe 1,000, yes, children's, we will choose 3 and give them the big toys of the whale.
Nice,
or something
yeah.
Yes, but they it's when they share this, when the children share this in the social media, all other parents see what they want to share. And how Valeriy say, we work a lot with children because a lot of researchers says when we want to make some change in the habits of families, in tradition of families, we need to start with children. And also
Exactly.
children now is so open for this information. For them, we didn't need a lot of explaining that we need to care of our planet. They can explain you why we need to care this planet. And it's very important from the children to have connection with them parents, or why we need to do this. Even if we never do it before, we can start it now. And is very important. Another thing that we have, and the challenge with what we work in Ukraine, it's when it's so many different things that make pollution for our rivers and oceans. The people say, "Oh, there's another bomb just shelling in near our river. A lot of tons of chemicals just go into the rivers." my plastic even didn't matter for this. I can't do anything. No, we talk another way, that even in those moments that our water and our planet in a so difficult situation, even if it will be less plastic in this moment, it will be better that it's not to be. Even little things that you can do will help if it will be made by 1 million people. And it will be help in the finish us to to reborn our ecology. And for us, it's very important thing that we have one more message that we have had in our past, the Chernobyl. It was a catastrophic disaster for all, and we have an exclusion zone that in the scale like in the Luxembourg. And now in this exclusion zone, 10 years ago, Ukraine decided that they will make on the main the biggest of this territory is the reserve. As it will be not people and just will be biologists who help the nature to recover them and resilience. And in 10 years, we see it was the best decision because now we have the example for all world. Even the biggest people-made handmade disaster, we see how the nature can be reborn in this place and how it can help it to be alive, and how many now in the place of the disaster we have the reserve where a lot of animals, a lot of birds, a lot of different types of trees and
Biodiversity.
biodiversity. We see biodiversity that's without people can remain. It's really a main symbol for all world that we can help the nature to
Yes.
renew, and we
That,
just need to do some
that-
right decision.
Exactly. Like every little matters, every little thing matters. And also that when we help nature a little bit, it can do magic, It's like the sea, the water, the sea is so grateful when we just help a little bit. We try not to fish as much, and suddenly there is a lot of new fish. It's really quick. Nature is very, very grateful and gratifying. We just need to help it a little bit, and it will heal itself very quickly. So this is an example, as you are saying. And I think we are going to wrap up, because we could be talking. It's an amazing, not only the project in itself, but you have a lot of experience. As I can see, you have come a long way before this project. So it would be really beautiful to keep going and talking about your experience. But let's just wrap up with a final question about what would success look like for Kyiv Whale Ecohub in a few years' time? How do you see it, this success?
We think we mostly after the first year of the project, 2021, it's like 5 years ago mostly. We plan that after the success of the project, we already have a connection to the other cities and a lot of the eco initiatives who want to replicate our project, on the other cities, and we was work with them for the new types of the sculpture, to just where methodology is good, and we can do this, in the other big cities. We have a straight connection to the Dnipro and to Kharkiv. In Kharkiv, we think about the big sculpture of the Manta, and Manta was Kharkiv
Beautiful.
also not have Manta and even
And it
whale.
can give a lot of really nice, shelter for a lot of things
Yes, it's
underneath.
so
That would be a
beautiful,
really nice idea.
so beautiful. We also think about to make like the small lasers that built inside. So when you can go inside, it will be like the lighting, like the rays, of the blue light. It's cheap, but a lot of the work, but it's a cheap decision, but very beautiful. And we think about that, and also on Dnipro city. And at that time, they even have like also program with the Ukrainian Culture Foundation for the cultural projects for the region of the Dnipro. And like the Ukraine pay half, and the half pay from the local city funds. And they plan to renovate one of the main street on the city, because Dnipro city is also like that. It's a Soviet type, so it's not so beautiful, and eco-friendly. And they plan to renovate one of the main city, and they want to like 5 or 6 like the art projects of the different types, like maybe produce the eco mural, from with the grass, like the wall with the grass and like that. They think about the Kyiv whale and want to do like the sculpture in the center and connect the kids, also to produce it maybe for the 1 year of production, and a lot of the media about that, like really involvement. And we think about that. And for now, we have like a few ideas, mostly also like maybe to go to the other cities because we have a methodology. We want to share it, because it's super good to see how the result of your project will, expand. Also, we think about participation in Creative Europe program because we also on this accelerator, we have the other projects who work on also with the participation art. And we think maybe we will unite them together and do some kind of the Creative Europe project between the different countries to share our methodology, not the Kyiv Whale, but from the other projects also. And we can maybe a little bit exchange the experience and also involve the new organizations, not for maybe for the big projects like the Kyiv Whale for the sculpture, but for the participation art and ecology topic. And we can do something together. And we think about maybe to not do the sculpture because sculpture it's so huge and a lot of the nuances about production because it's from the steel and you need to the projects that count everything, so it's really hard. And also it's hard to make the new public art in the middle of the city because you need a lot of the public permits and also the people who live like an audience, they also need to accept your art and everything else. We think about some kind of the mural, like the eco mural, and maybe like make it 3D, like the part of the sculpture building, like on the building, it's will be like a half mural, half sculpture. But for the government and for the people, it's super easy because they understand, this like the kind of the art. So okay, it's like a mural, it's depend on something, it's creative, it's have backlight, it's beautiful, it's like a 3D, but permissions really like more easy than produce the two-tone, steel structure. And you say that go and will be play around it, and everybody said, yes, you need a lot of the documents. So yes, it's like a free way, like one expand on the other cities, maybe not in Ukraine because we also the guys from Bilbao was having us. Yes, we was have like a few trips for the Bilbao, and also maybe to participate on the Creative Europe program to share this, and maybe do some kind of the not so complicated, like a final result. Maybe not the sculpture, but think something like a big art, public art, but that will be cost not a lot, and also like the people can participate in it for production, something like that.
Also, that very important thing for our project that we will be work with our childrens in the future again. And now we want to make this project. We have developed a few years ago a very interesting application. It's called a DAR app. It's help us with extra classes and difficult topics to talk with children. And also it's very important that have inner evaluation system that can measure impact of the project. The application is for making XR exhibition inside the classes, inside the schools. It's a really simple mechanic that combine simple posters exhibition and application. And inside the application, every poster became alive with video, 3D models, and different things, and also connected with some test system inside the application. And we worked before a really successful project about media literacy. And we tested it with more than 1,000 schools, and we have the results about raising the awareness about media literacy and understanding everything. And we think about that now, all about water literacy, things that we understand, what feedback we have with our children, and in the future to combine this art and type of science when we have exhibition with exhibit. And also connection with this application where we can evaluate the knowledge about the ocean literacy, yes, to combine art and information exhibition for children when they connect and emotionally and about the knowledge. Because in this application, we have a lot of interesting information, we have quests, we have different things. And after this, we have evaluation. Before, the exhibition and after the exhibition, and it's have a big coverage all over the Ukraine. Now we have 1,000 schools and even 100 children in one schools. It's a lot of information that we can work with, and also we want to make this methodology and this participation not only for Ukraine. Also, we have this application in English. Maybe we will have it in Spain, and we also will find the partners who are interested in such kinds of projects and will interested to start with us to do this and to try to multiplicate this methodology in other countries.
Wow.
Yes,
I mean, I'm amazed.
also, we now produce this small exhibition. If everything will be okay in the summer, in the summer we will develop like new projects, and from the next working next year on the schools, we plan to expand this small exhibition for big quantity, maybe for the 100, something like that. So, yeah.
Wow. It's amazing. I mean, you have a long way already planned and already experienced and a lot of, network. And I mean, this network that you have with schools is great. And I think you have already been creating a lot of impact, and you will carry on doing it. So I'm really pleased to hear all of this, and I hope to be, in the future to be also there with you and, working together, because I really enjoy this type of project and your project particularly. So it will be really lovely. So yes, I think we are going to wrap up the interview now. We could be talking for ages, but yeah, I think we need to end it. And yes, I think it's very clear that this project is an example of how people can understand, care for, and protect their waters, even in the most difficult circumstances. Okay, so thank you so much, Valerie and Sveta, for
Thank
being
you.
here today. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much, Caroline.
Bye bye.